Thank you, Senator Bucco. Now I'd like to call up Senator Mike Dougherty from the 23rd District.
Well, thank you very much, Marie. What a great crowd. I think the weather's cooperating more than in prior years. Usually Marie's up here in a parka cold weather gear, but I think as I was driving down, I saw the temperature was about 50 degrees, so that's a lot better. You know, most of you who are veterans, usually we're around the corner in front of the State House. I don't know if they mentioned, but they're renovating the State House. And I just want to let you know I oppose that. I didn't think we need to spend that $200 million plus borrowing that. I think the State House looks pretty good, don't you? This has been a site of a number of great rallies, though, so maybe this is a new tradition for the pro-life community here in the state of New Jersey. I know a few years ago, you may recall Congressman Ron Paul ran for president. He's a good pro-lifer, believes in the Constitution, and we had the rally right here. And maybe a couple of you were there. We're here, I'm not sure. But I am very heartened to see this great crowd supporting the pro-life cause here in the state of New Jersey. We could be very proud in New Jersey. We elected a pro-life governor twice, Governor Chris Christie. And he did a lot of great things. We saw it, a lot of the legislators saw it time and again. The majority party down here in Trenton tried to pass legislation to promote abortion or to fund Planned Parenthood, and Governor Christie did a great job vetoing that legislation each and every time. And that was because a lot of you folks put a pro-life governor in office. And now we have a pro-life president down in Washington, D.C. And it's my understanding it was the first president ever to show up at the National Pro-Life March down in Washington, D.C., the first in 45 years. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And maybe that's why the deep state, the media, and those folks are opposing him so much, because they don't like the fact that he's a pro-life president and he's proud to stand with us at rallies like this. But you know, my former chief of staff, he said, "Gee, Mike, you watch sports from time to time, and I just don't get it. I don't get the sports, why you watch it. Seems like a big waste of time." And I know, Ron, you're an Eagles fan? Okay, so we have, I figure there's some Eagles fans here, right? You watched the game yesterday? All right, well, I'm going to confess, I'm a Giants fan. So, you know, Eli won a couple rings for us recently, and I hope he comes back next year. But the great thing about sports, I told my chief of staff, I said, well, you get to see folks in really difficult situations, high pressure situations, and you get to see how they react and whether they're ready for the moment, right? And so yesterday we saw the quarterback for the Eagles, Nick Foles. He had been dumped by one team after the other, and here he was on the sideline in December thinking, I'm never going to get on the field. And then there was an injury, and then Nick Foles had his opportunity, and what did he do with what he had? And I think he did a great job, even though I'm not an Eagles fan. He obviously did a great job, and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. But I think it's a good lesson for all of us, you know. You have good days and you have bad. We're all standing here. We don't have our pro-life governor anymore here in New Jersey. And what's the future? I think you got to stay in the fight. You got to be ready, and you got to punch back. Folks who look at great military battles, you actually only get defeated when you stop punching and you stop moving forward. As long as you're in the game and you're punching and you continue to advocate for the cause, you're going to have some successes. So I think that's a great lesson, what Nick Foles did. And I want you to know you have great leadership. Marie Tazy does a fantastic job, and She's at the committee hearings, fighting for all of us to make sure the pro-life cause is advocated for in the state of New Jersey. And we just have wonderful role models. I think standing up here is Joan Fasanello from Warren County. For those, you know, she's our angel in Warren County in Northwest New Jersey. For those who don't know, she started Life Choices. Now here's a good example. She's sort of the Moses of Warren County. Very shy. Gee, Lord, what am I going to say when I get in front of these people? And she's just created a fantastic organization, Life Choices. Mothers in crisis pregnancies, and we constantly hear, gee, what are you pro-life folks doing for the babies once they're born? Well, come up and see what Joan Fasanello has done in Northwest New Jersey with Life Choices. Providing counseling and prenatal care and really taking care of the mom. She's starting, well, it was called Grandmother's House. I think it may have a new name now, where mothers can stay with their babies, caring for them, providing all the supplies a mom would need, all the loving care, everything you'd ever need. Excuse me. So there's an example of somebody that's really providing leadership. And all of you are leaders here as well by being here today. So God bless you. And New Jersey does have a lot to be proud of, the pro-life community. We've had a lot of successes, and we're going to continue to stay in the fight, and ultimately we're going to prevail on this issue. Thank you very much.